Hello, Brenda here, Be Balanced Art. Today we're going to be doing another pour. I'm doing it on a very small 8x10 canvas. And this will be a straight pour. I'm using colors that I've already had made up. So we're not going to get a lot of colors here. But I want to use these up so they don't go bad, dry out, so I can get rid of these extra cups I've got laying around. And this will be a dip. Another cold and dreary day here. Perfect day for painting. I don't mind the dreary days because now I can do this inside. Gives you something to keep you occupied and your mind off the dreary weather. It's going to be way too much paint. I'm not going to be able to use it all up, but I can use a lot of it here. Let me get my gloves on. And a piece of plastic. Wasn't prepared like I should have been because I got a phone call and I was talking with a friend and thought I had everything laid out, but I didn't. So please be patient with me. I am sorry. Probably should torch this before I do the plastic on top, before I do the dip. So let's do that real quick. I'm not seeing a lot of air bubbles. Well, this paint's been made up for several days, so it's not a big surprise. Lay this flat on here. I'm going to cut off this excess because I can use it for another dip. Should have had all this ready for you. I'm sorry. But I use the plastic that comes wrapped around the canvases. I find that works better than saran wrap or anything else I've tried. Paper towels seem to suck up the paint, and saran wrap seems to pull out paint. For some reason, this seems to work the best for me. Luckily, this wasn't going to be a long video to begin with, because I was not prepared. I used to be a Girl Scout. I should have known better. All right, now let's pull up our corners. torch it. This is made up with Floetrol, water, and paint. The water is just added to give it the right consistency. Floetrol and paint are about 50-50. I don't measure to exact percentages, but it's pretty close to 50-50. These colors actually are working well together. This was a pre-used canvas. It had not been sealed yet, but it had been painted on. I had a base coat on here, but since I was on the phone for so long, a lot of my base coat dried. That's my own fault. But these colors actually seem to be working pretty good together. Let's see if I can get over to that corner over there. Might not be able to. But if I can't, that's okay, because I have plenty of paint here that I can use. To touch up my edges. It looks like the only mud that I've gotten was from the table here where I'm pulling it up with my finger. So that's a good thing. Got some cells. That must be from the Floetrol alone, because that's all that's in there is the Floetrol. And I am not displeased with this. Came out kind of nice. There, I'm using that extra paint. I like the cells it's created. I have some nice cells in this area. I've got some cells up here between the red and blue, which is actually pretty. I've got some small stuff down here in the pink. I'm not hating this. It didn't come out as bad as I actually expected using just paints that I had laying around. I still have a little bit of air under my paint.